Hi, just a quick update. I was knitting again, and I kind of just remember that I haven't done a vlog on the extension pot. I haven't done anything actually for a good few weeks now. It's been like 4 weeks since I uploaded my last video, which was the hairstyle one, and things have been times have been just so odd right now that I just haven't been in the mood to record. But I just thought things have progressed on the extension front, and I just wanted to keep you updated on what was happening, especially those that are following the whole process and thinking about their own extensions. So we had, I think the last I said to you, the architect came around and measured up and told us what we can and can't do. He told us that the eaves in the loft were just not the right height, and so we couldn't do a loft extension, which was fine because I didn't want a loft conversion anyway. He went away and drew up the plans, and we went to meet him at the office, and he gave us a little bit of a dampener on things, being that the way my house is positioned, if you line up the points on the rooftops or the corners to the houses on either side, they've got to be a certain distance, and it comes in just close. They told us we might have to cut in slightly in order to fall in, and that's when you're looking at the actual layout, the title deeds, and how the house is laid out, just sort of measuring corner to corner of each property. You have to have a certain distance, so we might just fall out. So the bit that I wanted my bedroom in, which is the double-story extension that runs along the side of the house, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do. I'd have to come in, so the space is a lot more smaller than I wanted. We also wanted one long room. Abdul wants like an ensuite in there and two separate rooms, so we've argued the toss about it, but in the end we've decided to submit the plans with the two rooms in there, and then we can do what we like. They're only concerned about the shell of the house for planning application at the moment, where pipes will be, rather than how we decide to lay the house out internally. Downstairs we played a bit with the designs. We kind of looked at things, and I thought, nah, this isn't going to work the way I see it. So I've had the kitchen moved slightly, and I've had more glass put in, windows put in, where I wanted to be able to look throughout my property at the cost and expense of not being like shelves and cupboard space at the top. But I don't mind, it's going to be such a big open plan space. I don't really need, wall to floor cabinets. I'm not really that domestic in the kitchen. So we got an invoice a few weeks ago. And no, we didn't get an invoice a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago came the approval of the plans. Then we did about 3 or 4 versions of the plans. He did 3 on his own, off his own back, just say you can have these layouts. One of them was really nice. I tell you, the staircase went through the middle of the house. It was just so nice. I really liked it, but it cut out the bedroom space upstairs. I didn't want that, so we just decided that we do want a new staircase because our treads are really small, and loads of people, including ourselves, we fall down and up the stairs. You know what I mean when I say we fall up the stairs. But we just wanted to have the stairs done better, because if my mother-in-law moves in with us, we just don't want her at any risk of falling, and obviously, kids, it's just too dangerous. We'd just rather have a decent staircase more than anything. So, we played around with space with the stairs, which means the bathroom's got to move from the back of the house to the front of the house now, which I'm not keen on. We'll see. Downstairs, big open space. I've got space for me to do my vlogging and all of that nonsense, and have an office too, which is great. And I kind of like to be able to have my indoor space and have a nice flow outdoors. I don't want it to feel like 2 separate sections, so I really like that idea of having like everything on the level in the garden, and doors that are open, so you feel like the transition between inside and out isn't too great. So I'm really looking forward to that. Most of all, that sort of outdoor dining style and outdoor bit that I really am looking forward to. I used to have that in my old house, so I want to have that back again. My chin looks really long. We had an invoice about a week ago, and I was flabbergasted because it was like £80 per hour charge, and then £40 per hour for the assistant architect. The bill came up to about £825 for about 15 hours work, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much, you know, this is extortionate. And then Abdul said to me, well, no, the previous guy that came around like 2 years ago to advise us was £1,000, and then the guy that came round, you know, before the current architect, he was coming up at £500, but obviously he just wanted an easy job and he wanted us to have a box standard extension and told us we could do a loft extension. That was just bollocks, really. So I always like, whatever I do, whenever I want to get a quotation for anything, I always go middle ground. So the 825 is kind of middle ground for me. It's the middle quote. And so, you know, we've asked around, and it's a fair price for, you know, it's a market price. So we're going to pay that off pretty soon. Might have to do it over instalments, but we'll see. But we got a call today from the architect to say I've submitted the plans, and the council have acknowledged our application, which means that they only acknowledge and accept the application providing that there's no detail missing. It's a complete application, and they've got all that they need in order to be able to, you know, to consider it. So that's a good sign. I'm waiting to see that documentation that's going to come back to me. He was going to email it over, but he hasn't as yet. So that's a good thing. And we've also got a date set for the 10th of May for when they'll make their decision, which is 6 weeks from now. That's also very good. I think it's 6 weeks, all of April. Yeah, about 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So allowing for Easter. So that's pretty cool. We'll know. I don't really expect it to go through, to be honest, because of the issues that we have and the space. He did say that even at the back the corner comes out and we might have to cut that out too. It's just that little bit too wide, it's a bit too big. My neighbour's extension is actually a lot bigger than it should be, and he's hoping that they will try and match it, you know, or they will allow us to match it based on the fact that he's got it, so we should get it. But well, that doesn't always work. It doesn't work much these days at all because of overdeveloping on a property. But we'll see. We are going to be overdeveloped, but we have to do something. The space that we have right now is just ridiculous. So that's my update for you. I did press the screen, and that's because my little battery dismiss sign saying I've got low batteries come up, so I just press the dismiss button. Personal on the personal front, I mean, you're not going to see this for a long time. All this that's been going on in my personal life will have passed, and I'll probably talk about it in another video, but I have had loads of deaths in my family, and it's just, you know, in total there's 8. Of those, 4 are very close family members, and I've just not been up to doing anything. I think I suffered depression for about 3 months, and I've just come out of that, and to a point where I'm feeling quite happy and bubbly, but I'm not quite ready to put a lot of effort and energy into YouTube at the moment, just because I know it will give me late nights, and then if I don't get enough sleep, I'm going to start to feel grotty and groggy again. I have been emotionally very up and down. At one point I handed in my resignation at work, and they knew that I was traumatised by everything that was happening, so they've said to me, you know, don't be ridiculous, just think about it a little bit longer. And of course, you know, I don't know whether I'm coming or going at the moment, so and as you can see, my skin's suffering, so I just don't want to do anything right now. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm not taking too much work either at the weekends. I'm just kind of just chilling out and just taking it easy, giving a lot of the work away to my girls in the team, which is cool. So you know, that side of things are good, and when I feel like I'm really passionate about something I want to show you, I might then just pick up the camera and record. But until then, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but take care, you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.